This is scary. Nah, just came off. Oh my, look at those beautiful windows. Here we go. What's this? A bonus. It's a free gift. Dust caps. And a key ring. So for this, we have gone with an opening window. I mean, I don't really want to take all the packaging off now, but this is what we're putting in today. Although actually I need to I do need to open it to figure out how big of a hole I need to cut in the van. I can't really see through the bag. So I need to start by unpacking the window so I can get the right measurements and then cut the correct size hole in the side door. Right, we'll do a sort of a double check to make sure this is a good size. Because if once we start cutting, kind of no turning back, you know? So there doesn't seem to be any instructions that come with the window explaining how big of a hole you need to cut. So what I did is I was cutting the hole to the same size as the transparent area of the glass and not where there's the matte coating. The matte coating area of the glass is where I will be applying the adhesive. Safety goggles. Oh, pushing so hard. So now that I am happy with my marked out area, I start by drilling holes in the corners so I can get the blade in there. And then from there, I obviously just cut the hole. And after snapping so many blades on previous windows, I came to discover that the finer the metal blades that you use, the better. A smaller and thinner blade is easier to bend around the corners also, so definitely well worth getting a fine blade. I guess maybe like as I'm cutting out quite a heavy, sharp piece of metal, I thought it made sense to apply the suction cups and to make sure that it didn't just fall, as this could be quite dangerous. Ta-da! We now have a hole. I have found a minor issue though. It's the same problem I had with the other. I've got the thick channel one, and this I've just realised most of this is actually single layer, but hopefully it holds up. Once the hole was cut, I did then make some finer little tweaks and adjustments to the corners, try and even it out as much as possible, so then it does look neat. And now I have the problem of trying to apply the double channel to a mainly single channel area. Ah, see that? Probably be fine once the window is pushed in. If the window gets pushed in against it, I'm pretty sure. That's a bit of an issue. Houston, we have a problem. So at this point, I don't know exactly the best way to apply this double channel, but I'm thinking maybe some glue and that will hopefully hold it. But before I get on with anything else, it probably does make sense to start thinking about painting this, as obviously painting it we can protect it from rust. This is the special rust paint that I've applied to the rest of the van, and again I probably don't have enough time to allow it to dry, But again, I feel like applying something is better than applying nothing. I'll show you the window. There it is, in all of its glory. So yeah, what I was talking about double channels earlier, and look, that's double channel there, and it's single channel all along here, and then it becomes double channel on that bit again, and then single channel all the way around here until double channel again there. So I think we can get away with gluing it, and at least where the bits that are double channel, them bits will hold it better. The other solution is cut them off. But if I got this double channel, so if I put the double channel on, I don't need to cut them. I think I'm just going to glue on the double channel one. That's not the perfect solution. I do understand if I had a single channel one and I had the tool to do it. I don't want to try and attempt to cut these off while the window's on, because that could be an accident waiting to happen. And if you haven't seen them yet, these are the windows we've done earlier. On both the windows. And this is the window we're about to put in that has the slide window, so you can open it. The first thing you need to do to prep the window is you do apply a pre-primer wipe. I'm not sure exactly on the ingredients, but this just wipes it clean and preps the surface for the primer. You give it a couple of minutes to dry. Once this is dry, you can then apply the primer. And while I was waiting for the primer to dry, I then started to try and glue in my rubber seal. I think in hindsight, I would probably recommend using the correct channel, but this is something I already bought, so I decided to utilize it. Let's hope I don't regret this later on. I also believe these rubber seals are there to help prevent any leaks, etc. So I would also recommend that it makes sense to put your join at the bottom and not at the top. It's kind of annoying that I've got the wrong size, but I feel like I can make it work because it's the wrong size basically. But I don't have an angle grinder to be able to cut that other piece off. I did also forget to add the primer at this point, which is kind of annoying because you then have to wait for the primer to dry. So once I remember this, I will then apply the primer to the door. It also makes sense to ensure that you do clean the surface. So what I tend to do is clean the surface with a cloth, and then I apply the pre-primer wipe. That actually does come as a set with the window. Again, I'm no professional, so I don't know if I'm actually applying this primer correctly or not, but I'm trying my best here. And once the primer is dried, I do then actually do a little test run with the window.
I used to fit green screens to coaches and buses.
This is scary. I'm gonna hold it with like that, and if it fails, then it's gonna drop like that, and I can hopefully hold it just enough so it doesn't smash. Now, obviously, being terrified that the suction cups will fail and the window would then smash on the floor, that is why I then come up with the solution of holding it in the open window. Now I have everything ready to go, it is time to then apply the adhesive to the window. And again, I recommend starting at the bottom on this one, because to join up the adhesive together is a little bit messy, and obviously you want it to be as consistent as possible at the top, because that is the most likely area for a leak. And I don't know if you noticed then, but I actually run out midway through, so I had to open a new one. It's also worth noting that on this particular window, there was also one of the third-party locks. What I did here is I removed the lock. Once the lock was removed, I then just filled it up with some of the adhesive to help hold the window. The big moment, chat. the big moment. It definitely better with it's a two-man job. Not with a moving door, I don't.
Now I'm fairly confident the majority of it is on in place, but there's still that anxiety that it's in a small and smash. So I do all the adjustments I need and hopefully it's ready to go.
What do you reckon?
Now I feel like I can breathe and I can apply the tape around it just to make sure it holds it in place. I feel overall pretty proud of this one.
Here is the window from the inside. The problem I had was I had a double channel trim, and as you can see, most of this is a single layer. There's only a double layer of metal there, double layer of metal there, and a double layer of metal there. So I'm kind of, it's not very secure. I'm hoping a bit of glue will hold it. I guess I'll find out. So you can see there's a little bit of movement there. But what I'll end up doing is if it is a bit too loose all the way around, we can always add something later to secure it. But it seems good. The actual quality of the cut looks pretty good. I'll show the outside of the window. You can see it's right up to the edge there. I've put this on just for that little bit extra support and peace of mind. If we go along here, we can see one of the things I wanted to do is make sure it lines up. It's very hard to see, but there you go. If I put my hand there, you can see that it does line up very nicely along there. I have the tape at the top to hold it. And yeah, so I went with the open window one. I'll tell you one of the reasons why. I was thinking whether to get this or not, and I thought if you have an opening, you definitely then have that choice of being able to just let in that extra bit of fresh air. But on top of that, I thought to myself, it probably is, believe it or not, added security. And the reason I say that is because if someone's going to smash your windows, they're going to smash your windows and it's going to be easy to get in. If you've got a complete solid window and they smash your window, it will shatter and then they've got a big opening. I felt like with this one, if they try and smash this one, yes, they can still smash it, still get in. I just feel like it's just slightly, it's more of a deterrent because it's not as easy to sort of smash it and get in. But that was my thinking anyway. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but that's what I've gone with. I might as well show you guys the back door. It's not everyone here has seen the back door windows. I mean, with the light inside, you can now actually see through the windows, but that's actually privacy glass. Obviously, because there's a bright light in it, you can see through. But normally, in the daytime, you can't see through those windows. And at night time, I'll be putting on blinds. So that goes to the inside like that. And then you can obviously lock it in. It's quite strong, so I don't think that will easily break, but who knows. But yeah, I mean, you can see the window at the back. You can see this window now. And yeah, I mean, that does mean it does start to look more like a camper van.
So another window in and another piece of the project complete. Obviously, we can't fully test the window until it does rain. We can do a water test, but I feel like nothing can replicate the actual rain. And again, if you like my daily vlogs, you like my content, please hit that like and subscribe button. And obviously, come back tomorrow. I do produce these videos every single day. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Thank you for your support. Peace out.